Well, lads, today we're talking about this, and we're talking about this whole thing, and is it proof that the WNBA players hate Caitlin Clark? And I don't mean hate Caitlin Clark. Like, I'm gonna come, well, to be fair, I don't mean hate Caitlin Clark, hate Caitlin Clark person. I don't think any of them do. I don't think that's a thing. But just hate the entire idea. So, we're talking about all-star voting here, where the players voted Caitlin Clark as the 9th best player at her position in the WNBA.
Are WNBA players really huddling in dimly lit locker rooms, plotting the ultimate Caitlin Clark takedown? Or is she just too fast, too sharp, and too unfazed for anyone to cage? Buckle up, we're diving headfirst into rogue elbows, side-eye standoffs, and post-game quotes that could double as Mean Girls outtakes. This isn't just basketball anymore, it's high-stakes theater and high tops. Time to lift the curtain and see what's truly igniting the Caitlin Clark frenzy.
Well, the starters have been revealed today. You got Aaliyah Boston, shout out to AB, Paige Beckers, Caitlin Clark, Nafisa Collier, Alicia Gray, Sabrina Ionescu, Aneka Ogwumike, Satu Sabali, Brianna Stewart, and Asia Wilson will be your 10 starters that Clark and Nafisa Collier get to choose from. And what everybody is talking about are the player rankings when it comes to the All-Star ballot.
At this point, it's not even a rivalry, it's the league's favorite group activity. WNBA players are treating Caitlin Clark like she just blurted out the ending to their binge-watch finale. The energy? Straight up resentment. Icy stares, clenched jaws, and elbows that find her ribs with GPS precision. No sideline reporter needed, just watch the game. The hostility isn't hiding. It's shouting through every glare, every shove, every calculated bump.
Well, let's talk about Caitlin Clark. In the WNBA All-Star voting, we now know who the 10 starters are going to be. And we also got a peel back the curtain reveal on what the other players in the league think of Caitlin Clark. This All-Star voting told us something, and it confirms exactly what we think. The other players in the league can't stand Caitlin Clark. I mean, it's baffling. I've seen some people trying to claim she shouldn't be in the game. She's tied for the league lead in assists for...
Let's be honest, some of these vets are out here auditioning for Survivor, Elbow Island. And the reason? Caitlin Clark stormed into the league with a Nike deal, a media frenzy, and a fan army that could outnumber entire franchises. Yeah, that stings. She didn't just show up. She planted her flag, lit the fireworks, and claimed the court. And plenty of players are not loving the view from her shadow.
Percentages here. Let's compare Jackie Young to Natasha Cloud. Even with Caitlin Clark on her, like, the 56th in points per game. Caitlin Clark has more points this season than Jackie Young. Sorry, not Jackie Young, than Natasha Cloud. Caitlin Clark has more points this season than Natasha Cloud. Natasha Cloud, I'm not joking when I say this, has played, am I right in saying she's played 8 more games than Caitlin Clark? I think she's played 8 more games than Caitlin Clark. Like, she has less points in 8 more games. She is 3rd in assists, in fairness. Alyssa Thomas is probably going to average above 10 assists.
These are vets who've spent years grinding in half-empty arenas, hustling to get butts in seats, handing out tickets like 2-for-1 pizza coupons. Then, boom, one rookie shows up and the spotlight flips on like Broadway opening night. Cameras swarm, headlines multiply. For players who've been invisible for seasons, it's not just jealousy, it's personal. In the WNBA, that kind of overnight stardom doesn't just sting, it cuts deep.
Your guys' opinion, do you feel like Caitlin Clark gets kind of targeted at some of these games, or it's just basketball?
Yeah, she get targeted just like Jordan got targeted.
It's a privilege. You're the best player.
The Jordan rules. They had the Jordan rules. When you're so good, yeah, you're going to get targeted. It just is what it is.
Absolutely.
Like come on, man. You got to, like, when you at a disadvantage, like, I feel like, just like boxing or something. If you fighting against the best, you gotta do.
If you're riding the Caitlin Clark wave, smash that like, hit subscribe, and drop a CC 100% in the comments. Now here's the twist. She never even asked for the spotlight. Clark didn't waltz into the league wearing a crown and demanding subjects. She just laced up, started drilling logo threes like they were layups, and turned every arena into a sellout. And how did the league welcome her? More like a coordinated ambush. Full contact defense, mysteriously silent whistles, and game plans that read more like military playbooks than basketball strategy. It's as if every opposing locker room got the same classified memo. Forget the scoreboard, just rattle the rookie that you'd think a league starving for headlines would roll out the red carpet for someone single-handedly rewriting its relevance. Confetti, press coverage, maybe even a little grace. Instead, Clark's treated like a problem to be solved, not a player to be celebrated. Suspiciously so, like she's a glitch in the Matrix. Want proof? Look at All-Star voting. Her fans went all in, voting like their season tickets depended on it, probably even trying to slip the water girl onto the ballot out of protest. Clark didn't just lead the votes, she obliterated the competition. The message from the fans was crystal clear. And yet, the league hesitated, dragging its feet like it was swallowing nails. Not because she didn't earn it, but because they can't stand the thought of her being the face. Not now. Maybe not ever.
Sophie Cunningham said nobody likes us about the Indiana Fever, and the player voting returns for the WNBA All-Star game don't exactly dispel that notion, because Caitlin Clark received the most votes overall, like captain on the team alongside Nafisa Collier. Another starter, Aaliyah Boston, was right behind them in votes, yet both Clark and AB were ranked 9th by the players in guard.
And then there's the Olympic team. Oh, that wasn't just a snub, it was a power move. The WNBA's polite way of saying, we see you, but we'd rather you stayed in the background. Imagine being the rookie who shatters viewership records, reignites national buzz for women's basketball, and then gets benched from the biggest stage like she's an extra in her own blockbuster. That's not strategy, that's Netflix rebooting a hit show and cutting the lead. The message was crystal. Thanks for the ratings, but don't get too cozy. Sure, they'll trot out the classics, it's about experience. And a raccoon in a lab coat has experience, but nobody's letting him run the CDC. If it were about talent, she's in. If it were about popularity, she's first pick. But if it's about shielding fragile egos who've been anointed as the future, suddenly she's not ready. And then there's Fever fan mayhem. Half the fan base is out here building Caitlin altars lit with LED strips and photo walls. The other half? Voting for literally anyone but her, like they've been hypnotized by some bizarre reverse psychology campaign. Fever fans are basically playing fantasy basketball blindfolded and loving the chaos.
18 points a game. I mean, she's in a 3-game shooting downturn. All right? A 3-game shooting slump. And other than that, in the injuries, it's been business as usual for most games. And she had a triple-double this year. So let's take a look at this because we learned a lot here. And it, to me, shows that when it comes to Caitlin Clark, these players are not getting any better. I think they're locked in. They're bound and determined to hate on the Indiana Fever goal.
If you enjoyed, leaving a like and subscribing.